Hello. This is my first ever attempt at an anime reaction. I've done manga reactions before, obviously, but I've never done an anime reaction before. So this is something entirely new. I'm starting out with Hunter x Hunter because it's a show that I know lots of people really like. So I figured, if I'm going to start with one, this is probably a pretty safe bet. As it turns out, anime reactions are actually a little bit more complicated to do than manga reactions. Bear with me if there's a few nicks here and there. You got to start somewhere, right? I'm very nervous but very interested to see what all this show's about because I know nothing about Hunter x Hunter. I don't know anything. Not I know that the main character. I know the main two characters, what they look like, what their names are. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know the setting. I don't know what the story's about. I'm going into it pretty much as blind as is humanly possible. The only thing I know is the names and appearance of like the two main characters because I see them from time to time, right? Because I've become a fan of anime, so you occasionally, see certain popular characters and stuff like that. So, I mean, let's just get into it. Let's see what this is all about. Hopefully it goes well. I've got some paper here I'm going to use to jot down notes from time to time. Reason being that I have a pretty awful memory. So, disclaimer, I'm terrible with names. I'm just awful when it comes to remembering names. I'm just letting you know that now. If I forget a character's name or it takes me a long time to remember them, and I apologize, but I'm just really bad with names. I'm watching Kuroko's Basketball right now, and I'm just about to start season 3 and I still don't know the names of half of the characters. So yeah, just bear with me on that one. Alright, episode 1 down then. Okay, I am a lot. That was a lot in one episode. That felt like they're not like they're cutting all the fat out. They're going straight through. That's like, granted, I haven't watched many anime, so I don't exactly have a huge sample size, but I feel like that's like the content that would have taken 2 or 3 episodes in some anime, all done in one episode. Like setting up the characters, the motivation on the island, and all that. Then going onto the boat, and then making the trip. Is the trip almost over? I would assume it is almost over, right? I'm my only other reference for boat trips in anime is Berserk, which took fucking like 9 years to do. So, yeah, by comparison, this is a nice brief boat ride. But let me remind myself. The Kurapika, I believe his name was, the blonde dude. He mentioned about his family. I want to just double check that to make sure I didn't miss it. Yeah, it was around here. I'll just put it on mute. There are many hunter wannabes. Yeah. So, like I was talking about earlier, right? It's said that there's millions of people who want to be hunters and go on every day, and so they hire these people. In this case, the captain to trim the fat, like I said earlier. Nope, sorry. So in this case, there was, I don't know how many people. Let's give a rough estimate and say maybe 30, 40 people on this boat who are aiming to become hunters, and through this boat ride it's been narrowed down to just 3 people, right? And only one of them was even an adult. Most of them looked like real tough guys, like pirates almost. I said they looked like, but they weren't good enough. So it seems as though the hunter's exam isn't something you can just go into as a normal person. I'm just a normal kid living in the suburbs. I'm gonna go study hard and become a hunter. Like, no, that's not how it works. If you don't have the natural talent, you can't even make it to the fucking test, right? Like, this isn't a thing that just any random person can do if they train hard enough, You don't go on the ship, go to the exam, study really hard and get through it. No, you already have to be like in the top 1% of humanity in terms of ability before you're even allowed to try and take the test, right? Because all of these people got eliminated on the journey there, right? So this is a serious deal, which makes sense because, like he was saying, there's millions of people every year who are wanting to attend it, which makes you wonder, is it a yearly thing? I don't think they mentioned if it was a yearly thing or not. They probably did, I'm just an idiot and forgot about it, but I wonder how often it takes place. But yeah, I want to, yeah. let me double check this. Yeah. So let me check. I want to make sure I double check. I'm the last survivor of the Kurta clan. Yeah. Right. 4 years ago, my clan was annihilated by a band of criminals, and this would be the Phantom Troop. Right, okay, the Phantom Troop. A Class A bounty. Not even the grizzled hunters can touch them. Huh. So Kurapika's clan was wiped out by the Phantom Troop then. I recognise the name Phantom Troop. I literally know nothing. All I know is that I recognise the name Phantom Troop. I don't know the context. It's just I think I recognise the name. So Phantom Troop then. So that's some obvious foreshadowing there. So I wonder if I'm going to go ahead and assume that the first story arc will probably be the Hunter exam. It mentioned that not even the most grizzled hunters can, like, go toe-to-toe with the Phantom Troop. So that means you'd need to be really high level with them. So, I'm curious. I wonder. Because I can see a few ways this could go, right? Option A would be that they're going to be, like, the first enemies of the story, right? Gon and whoever he's teamed up buddy-buddy with, they, you know, go through the training, become hunters, do really well, and then the Phantom Troop is like their first enemy. I feel like that would be maybe too simple though. I could imagine the Phantom Troop being a group of enemies who persist throughout the entire show, you know? Because it's established that even the top tier hunters can't touch the Phantom Troop. So, if that's the case, then it would stand to reason that they're probably not an enemy we're going to be facing right off the bat, right? Maybe, I wonder if maybe Gon is going to face them, get his ass handed to him, and that'll, like, set the stage for to show how tough people are, like, how tough the bad guy. Because you see that sometimes in anime. For example, I was just watching Kuroko's Basketball, and I won't spoil anything for anyone who's not seen the show, but there's a team in that anime who are really good, and you get to see just how good they are early on. Like, you get to see how good they are, and then that makes it so much more important when you actually, face them later on, right? So I could see something like that happening here, where this Phantom Troop maybe is a group who are going to be persistent and are going to be enemies for a long while, and maybe they're going to be introduced early on to just establish them as a very big deal. Or maybe I'm completely wrong and they're just going to be the first enemies and then forgotten about. I don't know, I'll just have to see. And we've got our first three characters here. Our first three proper characters. We've got we've got Gon and Kurapika. I can remember those two names. The third one, no. I can't remember his name. I'll try. It's a fairly simple name, so I should remember it. So you've got the two kids, Gon and Kurapika, and then we've got this fucking businessman-looking dude in a suit and tie and these funky little glasses he's got on. And so obviously Kurapika and Sooty Boy had a bit of a disagreement, got out their knives and sticks and were about to have a duel. But then, of course, they ended up working together. And as I mentioned, when Gon leapt off the boat to save that one guy, I wonder if he did that because he trusted that Kurapika and Business Boy would grab his feet and save him, or if it was just blind heroism and he just basically got lucky that there were people there to grab him. I'm assuming it's probably a mix, right? He did it because of blind heroism, but he also had faith that they would help him out, right? I'm assuming that's the case. It's also interesting that the captain definitely remembers Ging, right? He remembers Ging because like he said, millions of people attend the Hunter examinations, right? Not necessarily attend, but millions of people apply, right? If this guy isn't going to remember the name of every fucking dude who attempts to do the Hunter examination, if millions of people do it every year, right? So, okay, I don't know what that was. So the fact that he remembers Ging must be a big deal then. He's not just some guy who went on to become a hunter and kind of wear whatever and then disappeared, right? He's clearly a big deal if this captain remembers him out of the millions of people who go on to become hunters, you know? He must be a big deal. Which makes you wonder, is he even still around? Well, if he's What if his dad was like killed by the Phantom Troop or something? Because I have a feeling like his dad isn't going to be alive. Because I don't know, it's just like the dad vanishes, abandons the kids, and then they don't know anything. Like they've never seen him or heard from him since. Like, I feel like he's not gonna. I feel like we're not gonna just get a happy father-son reunion. You know? I feel like that's not gonna happen. I feel like the dad is either gonna play an antagonistic role, where he turns out to be like a bad guy, or he's dead. I feel like those are the two options because it feels weird that the dad would just abandon the kids to become a hunter and then we never hear about him again. And by we, I mean Gon and his mum, right? I feel like that wouldn't happen. You know, I feel like if the dad was still around and was still on good terms and happy with, you know, having a family and all that and was willing to be a dad, I feel like they would have at least heard from him at some point. So to me, this feels like a storyline that's going to build up either to him being an antagonistic force in the story, or to him having been killed, maybe by the Phantom Troop to further establish them as villains, you know, or maybe by some other group. Of course, I'm just throwing blind speculation out there at the moment, but it is getting me thinking. Anything else I need to talk about? I mean, lots of stuff was set up in this episode. Kurapika is clearly very serious about his clan, right? He was willing to fucking fight a guy in a knife duel because he insulted his family. You know, this is a very serious deal. You know, he's not messing around. He's a serious boy. He's a serious anime boy with an edgy backstory. And I say that in a jokey way, but you know, I'm not making fun of it. You know, it's fine. There's lots of edgy backstories in anime. It's just how it is, isn't it? You did the part closest to the exam site. Alright, so I assume next episode we'll be getting towards the actual exam then. I would have to assume. Oh. So yeah. Oh, and also Gon. He was able to smell that there was a storm coming. He seemed to have a really good sense of smell, so I wonder if that's gonna be... He seems to be very in tune with nature. You know, we saw him first fishing and he had all that weird, like, leaf stuff on him. And just then he was able to smell that there was a storm coming, and he said that the birds were saying that there was a storm coming, so it seems like he's very in tune with nature, more so than the average person. And I mentioned that he has his mum's eyes, but it seems as though his dad has the same eyes as well, so maybe not, or maybe they both just have similar eyes. I don't know. Could be a coincidence, I guess. I wonder if Kurapika is older than Gon, because looking at this image I have on now, he looks a lot taller. He looks about a head taller than Gon, so I wonder if he's older. He said that 4 years ago my clan was massacred. So... So I wonder what his story is then. He didn't enter into the Hunter examination as soon as his clan was massacred. It was 4 years later that he's entered. But he's entering because he wants to get revenge on them, right? So that makes me wonder, was he already strong before his clan got massacred? But maybe there's an age limit and you have to be a certain age before you can enter the Hunter's exam? But then I just said he might be older than Gon because he looks taller, so that might not be the case. Unless he just is taller, that's also possible. So I suppose maybe it's more likely that he wasn't strong enough when his clan was massacred, and so he trained to become stronger, and 4 years later he was strong enough and now he's entering. That's probably more likely, because I feel like there probably isn't an age limit, judging by the fact that he looks older than Gon. Although again, that could just be me misinterpreting it. I'm curious what his story is. And also the big business guy who's like, he's in it for money, and yeah, I get it. I get it, I understand. Money's important. I'm very interested to see this world, because it mentioned about kaiju. So that's... I hope we get to see some sea monsters, because sea monsters are fucking cool. I love sea monsters, and kaiju in general. But yeah, I think that's it for episode 1. It set up a lot of things, established a lot of things. Very fast-paced, a lot of stuff happened in one episode. I'm curious to just move on. I'm going to be recording a few episodes today. I don't know how I'm going to deal with uploading them, if I'm going to upload multiple episodes at once, or on some kind of schedule, I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to record a few episodes at once to, to get it done, you know? I want to, once I'm into it, you know what I mean? Like, once I get going, I'll keep going. So I just want to really get into it. So, yeah, I'm going to move on to the next episode. I don't know when that'll be because I haven't really got a schedule set up yet, but hopefully I'll see you soon in the next episode. It should be up. Whether I upload it the same day or the next day or a few days, it'll be up soon, you know? So, yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen next. So, on to the next episode I go. And as for you lot, remember this is my first time trying an anime reaction, so it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be some, especially in regards to like how I'm going to handle the layout of it, you know, with my reaction and the video and all that. It's probably going to be a bit messy, so yeah. Bear with me, please. If you liked the video, then leave a like. If you didn't, don't leave a like. Subscribe if you want to, and click the little bell if you want to, because, I mean, you want to know when I upload new videos, right? My content is obviously so amazing that you can't live without knowing when I upload next. So, yeah. And also because it would be very nice, and I'd appreciate it a lot, and I'd be very thankful. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to move on to the next episode, and see you a lot later.